Video journal number 2. Share your thoughts on the film Fire. One of the thoughts that I had on this film was I didn't realize how much the government limited your speech during war times. And I guess that is something that's very important for a nation to try and have the speech limited, because you want your nation to seem unified. So I do kind of understand that, but I don't necessarily agree that that makes it right that the government limits our speech during wartime. It says, what did you learn? Well, one of the things that I learned was during the Shank era, there were a lot of people who were jailed for unpopular speech. People who spoke against wars, people who maybe even demonstrated. Those folks were jailed. And of course, that was in the 1920s when, the freedom of speech, I guess, was really just kind of getting to get there. And that was during, a time where the government was definitely involved in how, speech was delivered here in the United States. It says, what surprised you? I'd have to say something that surprised me was the way I saw the media influence how speech can be perceived. For example, Debbie Almontizer, she is a lady who had to fight for her freedom of speech, but I feel like the media caused her to kind of lose her fight. Here is a lady who was just trying to be a principal of an Arabic school. And, because 9/11 happened, of course, there were a lot of people against the school, the Arab movement, things of that nature. So I think she took a lot of slack, and the media kind of had it in for her. There were, maybe one or two people who kind of had it in for her. And I don't think the media really gave us both sides of the story like they should have, or at least the way Fire described both sides of the story. And, I was really disappointed that, the media can shape, how our speech is perceived. The media can shape what happens to us, and the media in the end can decide what is free speech and what is not. Same thing, with the professor, him over at Colorado, Churchill, his speech, I think was determined, and his outcome of being fired was also determined by the media. And, when I think of the media, I think of the media being fair and open on all sides. So that was one of the things that kind of surprised me that I found in the film. But I don't think the film necessarily changed or influenced my, personal thoughts on the First Amendment. My personal thoughts have always been, you have the right to free speech and say what's on your mind, as long as what it is you're saying does not impose harm on someone else and it doesn't hinder their right to the pursuit of liberty, freedom and the pursuit of happiness. So as long as, that doesn't happen, then, I've always felt that the First Amendment, is important and everyone has a right to utilize it. Did the film help clarify or shape your position on the First Amendment? I don't think it just helped shape or clarify. I don't think I've wavered from my position. Like I was saying earlier, when it came to Debbie Almontizer, here is a lady, who could not, demonstrate, her side of a story. And that was disappointing. But what I also thought was, we had people who were arrested, in New York, who were just speaking. They were arrested by the police. And I think there are quite a bit of lawsuits going on according to, the video. But they were arrested within 15 minutes, 15 minutes of coming out. And, they were peaceful, no issues, not hating anyone, not, giving any violent speech. But then at the end, I saw in the film, here is a Nazis who are coming out to speak up in a rally that they have in Madison Square Garden, and nothing, no issues. It's quite fine. It's okay. And I think some of it may even have to do with who is really in control, who is really in charge in some of the high places that, or high positions that we have here in our country. But hopefully I didn't go too long But that is my video journal. Thank you for listening, Miss Amy Davis Moore. Thank you.